Traders, Anthony here. What I want to do with this video is give you some insight as to what this is about, making trading as easy as paint by numbers. But before we get into this, we need a bit of context. I want to show you something. This is a daily chart of the VIX, the volatility index. Have a look at the volatility range and these spikes. Okay, and then have a look at this one here. This was when the Bank of Japan increased their rates by 25 basis points. And this volatility range has been going on since then. It really kicked off into the US elections. Trump took office, and I mean, that's what we're up against. Now, let's compare the period prior. Back here is the good old days. The volatility range was very different. This was when the BOJ rates were around 0%. If you're wondering why trading is difficult and you're having a tough time, here it is. You're faced with this relentless pump and dump trading environment. 1 minute it's heading one way, the next minute it's pumping, then it's dumping. Right? So that makes it incredibly challenging. So we've had no choice but to really dig deep through this period in time and come up with a solution. And I'm pleased to say that it doesn't get any better than what you're about to see, for the rest of the video with this opportunity here, making trading as easy as paint by numbers. And I'm serious about that. So we've come up with a scalping strategy. We've come up with indicators and alerts and what have you. But here's the thing, look. I'm posting these opportunities in here. This is the CAD Swissy. And the instruction is wait for the candles to turn green and then set a red alert for a short entry. There it is, right? Wait for the candles to turn green and then set a red alert and take the trade. We've got a little bit of a checklist and we'll go through that in the video. So the CAD Swiss, there was an outcome for that one down here. I'm posting these ideas and I'm also posting the outcome. So that's the reply to, wait for candles to turn green and then red, blah, blah, blah. This was the outcome. So we're looking for the candles to turn green, and they turn green here. And we're looking for that red signal. Red signal starts to kick in here. So we do have some criteria with this. And setting the red signal is as easy as just coming over to this indicator and setting an alert and just waiting for it and then take the trade when it fires. It's simple as that. Okay, so the rest of the video will be looking at these, see how they turned out, and it'll be a full tutorial on how you can follow this paint by numbers system. I think it's a great analogy because it is as simple as that. I'm going to jump over to TradingView, but just quickly before we do, I have two types of signals. This is specifically for those of you who want to manually trade, and these are mainly released prior to the London session. So you can trade these through the London and into the New York session. This will help you to really get a handle on manually trading well. Just follow the colors, okay? They're there. And you'll be able to build an account and or put it to use passing prop firm challenges. You'll be able to show evidence that you're the original trader. And then you can take it to other levels if you want. With prop firms, you can trade multiple prop firms account. You can set, your TradingView account as the master account and copy to multiple slave accounts. So there's these signals here for you guys wanting to manually trade. Very easy to follow. And the other signals that I have are suited to, we'll just go there quickly before we jump into TradingView. These are the Telegram signals that are suited to automatically being copied through TS Copier. So you can see here, this is a new order $yen. TS Copier will pick that up. And I have the settings for that. I can give you the settings for TS Copier. And I also have my own trade copy service that's going to save you $30 US a month. It'll be cheaper than TS Copier. So you can follow these automatically. All right, the manual trading, let's go back to TradingView. So the instruction is really simple. If I send an instruction in that says, wait for this to turn green and then red and take the sell signal. This is a perfect example. So we just wait for the candles to play out green, and then we wait for, this is London session, this blue line, we wait for the initial balance. We've got all the indicators for this. And then, we set a signal for the first red signal, and then we enter. So I'll just run through a few examples. Well, let's just go down here. We had these ones yesterday. This one was dollar yen. I'll come down to the dollar yen. This was an easy one to follow. Dollar yen, sell now. Okay, so I sent that in. So that's a little bit different. You don't have to bother about setting signals. So that was sell now. My stop was too wide. So if we're going to run with the strategy, you're looking for the stop loss. If it's sell now in this red zone, and I'll explain why I took this trade, we're looking for exactly this. This is the initial balance into the London session open there. We wait, there's a red signal, so we're just waiting now for this to just close under the initial balance low, and then we get short. We're following a couple of signals to come together, but mainly this red shaded zone. I'll just flick that on and off so you can see it. I'll close that one and have a look at the red shaded zone following price. All right, if you want extra confirmation, you're going to take this one as well. So you want two red signals, this one along with this one. And if you want to go that one step further, we're going to be releasing this indicator. This is a red signal to get short. So we're looking for these. 3 of these is a very high probability if you have that within close proximity. And then we're looking for these 2 here. That's it. Take the trade after the initial balance. Simple. The signal to close are these ones here. So, it's scalping, and you've also got this white, a yellow line, which is a previous daily, and obviously, it reacted off that level. So you get plenty of opportunities. You've got these exit alerts, you've got these green crosses, exit alerts, you've got, this is an exit alert, that's an exit alert. These ones along here are entry alerts, okay? So just get used to, these are the exits, these are the entries. Well, you're not entering. You've got to use common sense, right? You're not going to be using that unless you want to continue to build your position. But, it's a very volatile market, and you never know when that's going to happen. Gold was the other one. That was a very straightforward. Let me just show you another simple instruction with a great outcome. Okay, this is an ideal outcome here. So let's have a look at this Aussie CAD. I think it's better to introduce you to the more simpler version of this. Aussie CAD, look for the candles to retrace, okay, to turn red, and then set a green alert for an entry long. Couldn't get any easier than this. Seriously, this is why I'm calling it paint by numbers. Wait for the candles to turn red, and then set an alert for the green signal. That's it. Take the trade. That's all you have to do. It's a really enjoyable way to trade. So Aussie CAD, we better go down and have a quick look. This was the outcome. So this is an ideal situation when it's trending, and it's a very easy, very quick and easy setup. Okay, so you can see here, wait for the candles to turn red. So they turned red here. All right, you've got the initial balance. The London Open is the blue line. So the initial balance is the first hour. So you're not going to touch any of that. Okay, this is a stop run. So that's one reason why we have this set up. And then you're going to get in on, there it is there, the green shade. You're just setting an alert, and then you take the trade. Guys, it couldn't be any easier to follow this, in my opinion. The Aussie dollar was another. Look for the candles to retrace and then set a green alert for an entry long. That was the instruction from the thing above. Look for the retrace. There's the retrace. Set the thing for the green signal. All right, so there's the initial balance through here, and there's the first green alert after that. Buy. There's your exit alert there. So it's as simple as that. So let's now run through a couple of these. Some of them last night weren't so straightforward, and this will help you to really understand the strategy. It failed to break, so we were looking for the candles to turn red, then green. This is the London Open, this blue line. So, it failed to break structure here. So there's no trade. You could have actually just taken this red signal, basically. That's another video, but this is how I'm trading. I'm waiting for this initial range, and then I'm waiting for these signals to kick in. And, you don't know whether this is going to do this or this, but this particular signal here is giving us multiple time frame confluence, telling us at that point that there's a pretty good chance it's going to continue down. So at this point here, you can't see what's coming. You don't know what's happening after that, right? So that's where it gets tricky. How do you know to take this trade? Well, that's the job of the indicator. Aussie CAD. So that was that one. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this initial range, and I'm looking for this signal to kick in. In fact, if we were to run the replay, I'll just show you how difficult it is when we're in the moment. So, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go with this? So let's just hit replay quickly. Let's go 3 times and then I'll stop it. All right, that does that. But look, see here? Where are we going to go with that? Are you going to buy or sell? All right, there, stop. These two, this is your confirmation when you get this red shaded zone coming off this down signal here. And extra confirmation is this one. You don't have to wait for that, but it is a stronger signal. So when these two fire together, you get short. And also, too, you don't know whether this is going to, is it going to do that? But what this is giving us, this red shaded zone, is giving us multiple time frames. I'll just show you that. Just go out of the replay. Okay, this red signal is coming from this indicator here. This is a full tutorial, guys. So if you're interested in this, you want to watch this through to the end. I'm going to go through the settings and everything. So the main signal is going to be this one. And we go into the settings. You want to set it on a 5-minute chart. Set it on a 5-minute chart, and it's the momentum sync. And you're going to set the time frames to 15, 30, 1, 1. You're going to set the ATR multiplier to 3. So that's the stop loss level, 3 times the average true range. So then if you were, looking to take this trade short, then and if this was the instruction, if it was, wait for the red signals to kick in, you would just come in here. I'll open up the alerts. You would just come in here. Let's just say we're back, you don't know what's coming. Let's just say we're here, and you don't know that this is in front of you, okay? You don't see any of that, right? In fact, we can just shade that out. I just want to explain this so you really understand how this works. All right, you don't know that that's coming. That'll do. There's your shade. That doesn't exist. So what you're doing is you're coming in here and you're setting the 3 dots, click it, add alert. Now you're looking for a red alert. So if the instruction is wait for this to, these green signals to play out and then take the first red signal, you'll come in here and you're going to click this and you click bearish alert so that it is really specific and you're only going to get that alert. Notifications, the droplet is an entry, and I set exit signals with a different sound. So we'll go through that now. So the droplet is the entry signal that I'm using. Let's just leave the message, right? So bearish alert, go, once per bar close, that'll do. And then create it. That will get set up over here. And then that's the alerts on the left, and on the right, you got the log. So when it goes off, it'll fire in here, it'll make a noise. The other thing you want to do with this, if you want, is to set this up on your phone, set the TradingView app so that it notifies you in the app. Don't miss it. And as soon as it goes off, jump in, take the trade. Just take the trade. So the alert. And, if you want that extra confirmation, you can do that. Once you enter this trade, okay, let's say that was the thing. Wait for the red signal fires, and you enter. This is what you do next. Short positions. You waited for both of these signals to go off. Fair enough. Okay, so that's your short. Now, your stop loss is going to be following this red shaded zone. And see these little red dots? It's going to follow both of these. And the stop loss level is exactly there. So let me show you that. I'll just mark that up. Stop loss level was there. you're following, and I'll show you the settings in the other indicator here. So you've got the trend momentum sink, red zone is your stop loss, and this is the trend channel. The trend channel, you want to leave it as default. That's it. Leave it as default. The trend channel will give you, if I take that out, have a look at the trend channel. See where the arrow is at the moment. You'll see little red dots. There's a cloud there. Off, on, off, on. I'm going to take these lines out as well because there's another setting in here I want to show you. But yeah, trend track, where are we? Trend channel, look. Okay, so you're following this cloud and that. So you enter, there's your stop loss. The target, you could just go 2R by default, right? There's a 2R target. I just pull it down there somewhere around 2R because this target is dynamic and you're going to move it or you're going to close it early. The exit is here or here, depending on you. It's up to you. See, while this is trending red, you may as well stay with it. When it stops trending red here, you can exit that right there, or you can exit on this. So you want to take notice of these red lines. This is telling you that there's a pullback imminent. This is a bullish divergence. There's your pullback there. You don't know if it's going to do that. There's another exit signal. It's telling you it's going to pull back. It's a very, very efficient system. The other signal to bail, you've got that one. These ones, you want to really look at these signals and these guys down in here. These are all telling you that this is possibly going to pull back. Have a look down. See that? There's the pullback. So let's just go through some more settings. There's nothing to do with this one. You just leave that as it is. This is a multiple VWAP indicator. So it's just giving you extra confirmation. There's confirmation 1, confirmation 2, multiple VWAP. And this one, I won't tell you what that is. It's multiple time frames, but that's my secret recipe. And I don't want to disclose that. The trend the momentum sink. This one here is the trend bars, and this will give you divergence. See the divergence? You want to look at possibly closing or taking profit when you see the divergence. That's a green divergence. Undo that because we've already got a channel, and these are the divergence that I'm looking for. Okay, RSI stock and the MACD, done. Oh, and look, you probably don't need these signals here. You can use them if you like, but I'm preferring to reduce the data on the chart because we're really running with this signal here, these two trend bars. Extreme confluence, okay, this is your exit signal. There's nothing to change in here. Just leave it as it is. And when you enter the trade, once you've entered, come straight in here, click the 3 dots on the extreme confluence, add alert, leave it as it is. And this is an exit signal. I change the sound to that one if you like. Okay, so droplet is an entry and this one is an exit. That's it. Just leave everything and go once per bar close. I don't know, you can type that in if you like, just so that you see it in the message. Okay, and then create. Right, there's the other alert. They're really specific. So when these alerts go off, you got to pay attention. Let's quickly show you what else I've got going here. Custom range high and low is important. Okay, this is going to give you, see this shaded zone here? That's the custom range high and low. And you're looking at the London Open here. This is this blue line. That's just the Forex sessions indicator. That's just telling you the London Open blue, New York Open is white. There it is. This is the blue one here, and Asia is orange. So that just tells you when the session's open. Make sure you set your chart down here to UTC -4. Come back to this custom range. So in the London session, you'll come in here and set this to 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. And New York, you're going to set it from 9 a.m. Okay, to 10. It's not 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. 9 till 10 a.m., the New York session. Okay, it's a little bit delayed, and we're factoring in the equities that kicks off around 9:30. So you want to be trading after this time, 10 a.m. So I'm going to set this to 1900 because I'm trading the Asian session at the moment. 19 to 20, the first hour, and go okay. Custom range high and low. And then the other one you want is this one here. This is previous daily, weekly, monthly highs and lows. It just gives you these important levels, support, resistance. Come down here and click these three and extend the daily 2 times, extend the weekly, previous weekly. The last 2 weeks you want to extend it across, and the last 2 months you want to extend it across. So that'll pull these highs and lows from the previous 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months. That'll pull those. So here you can see the white one is a previous monthly, the yellow is a previous daily, the orange is a previous weekly. Very important levels. Price will react around these levels. That's pretty much it. It's very simple. This is a 5-minute chart. You don't need anything else. I'm doing daily mentorship videos on this, so make sure you watch them. Come in here, daily mentorship. Really important. And if you're new, if you've just joined, just go back and watch the last 4 mentorship videos. Start from the 4th one. This is the most recent information. But this video that I'm doing now, this is a full tutorial. So I'm going to place this one down into our strategies. Down in here, trading strategies. Okay, so I'll place this one. This is important. I'm going to stick that in here. Okay, guys, look, that is a bit of a wrap. We've got the trade ideas going here. Just run with it. And keep an eye out on my daily videos. We go over the trades every day. Yeah, here was the euro dollar. Wait for the candles to turn red and then set a green alert. Well, we're waiting for the session open, remember, and the opening range, and it failed to break. It had a green alert, but it didn't break above. It's got to break and close above this the opening range, and it didn't. So we just leave it alone. There's no trade. Just move on. Okay. Jump on board if you haven't already. This opportunity at the moment is in launch mode. If you go to my website, go to the trial, this is in launch mode. There's a 14-day free trial. Check it out and see if it works for you. And after that, just shout me lunch once a month for now, okay? Well, if you lock that in with the 14-day trial, this will remain. This $29.95 a month. This is ridiculous pricing, but you know, it's a new indicator and strategy launch. So while we're getting established with this, we're 5 weeks in, we've had 5 winning weeks. It's a fantastic opportunity. That's all I'm asking for now, but this is seriously going to go up considerably at some stage in the near future. Okay, so lock that in, jump on board and enjoy. When you join, just click on the WAP link down here and then go back into WAP, and then you'll see that you can click to access these things in WAP. There's a link in there in WAP, gain access to TradingView indicators. Just click it, and then that will immediately set up the indicators. It'll enable them on your TradingView. Then you can just go straight into TradingView and grab the indicators in the invite-only scripts. So, I mean, guys, look, there's nothing in the world that comes anywhere near this. This is just so valuable and so unique. Don't lose this opportunity. Give it a shot. Last but not least, just make sure you watch the mentorship videos. There's your trades. It's all there. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Enjoy. Look forward to seeing you in VIP in the 14-day trial. Reach out to me. If you have any questions, I'm here. Okay. Take care.